Hi, I'm James from RACV Marine, and in this episode I'd like to talk about boat insurance. We all know we need boat insurance, but it's not until we need to make a claim that we really appreciate it and often sit down to work out what we're covered for. The two most important questions you need to know about your insurance are what's covered and who can drive your boat, as boating is a social activity and we often let other people drive our boats. So what's covered? Boats are made up of many parts. You've got a hull, motors, trolling motors, auxiliary motors, sails, spars, masts, fishing equipment, electronics, fridges, TVs, canvas. So there's a whole range of equipment that's covered, and so you need to know exactly what's covered in your policy and the value that it's covered for, so that you'd be happy if you need to make a claim. And it's also important to remember that we often buy boats and then sometime later we can spend thousands of dollars upgrading our canvas or our electronics. And so you need to be careful that you've always included those things in your policy and know how they'll be covered if you need to make a claim. The other thing about boat insurance is you need to understand who's covered. As I mentioned, boating is a social activity and we often let other people drive our boats, one, to enjoy the experience of being on the water and our boat, but sometimes we need to have them drive our boats because we're water skiing or wakeboarding, we're fishing and we're trolling. The other thing is often we forget about is how we use our boat, and that can affect the premium that we pay. So with the sailboats we might be racing on weekends, or we might be water skiing, wakeboarding, and it's important to understand that those things are covered. Sometimes they require an additional premium to have them covered as activities. Also, there can be restrictions on how you use your boat and how far offshore you can go. So that's important to understand as well. Typically, motor breakdowns are not covered by insurance. Similarly, if you're driving a boat that is overpowered, according to the manufacturer's guidelines, or if you've overloaded the boat, all these things can affect your policy. And so it's important that you understand these well before you need to make a claim and how you're using your boat. The next big question that I think is important that you understand is who can drive your boat. We at the RACV and most insurance companies require the driver to be licensed, as well as if they're driving your car and backing your boat into the water, they need to have a valid driver's license. They need to be alcohol and drug free. The rules on the water are the same as those on the road in relation to alcohol and drugs. We'd never recommend you underinsure your boat, but there are a couple of options in which you can help to reduce your premium. One is you have a higher excess, which means that you pay an additional fee should you need to make a claim, and that can reduce your premium. The other option that we have at RACV, which is popular and a number of other insurance companies offer as well, is layup cover, which if during the winter period or a period of time where you're not using your boat, you can insure it at a different level as if you weren't using it on the water. Boat insurance is not necessarily as complicated as you might think, but it is always important to read the product disclosure statement from your insurer to make sure that you're getting the cover that you need for the amounts that you want for the way you use your boat. At RACV, our product disclosure statement is available on our website. And as we finish, remember, life is better with a boat.